you be more powerful than if I give you a number.
Okay.
You got, look, Big Mama be talking to y'all, and y'all be second guessing her. I don't second guess her. I know when she's talking to me. So look, listen to your heart. When you feel something, trust what you feel to guide you correctly. And the one thing about it, you are not allowed to lie to yourself for one reason. You don't know you fucking lying. So when you tell yourself you need the right answer, you got to give yourself the right answer, and you got to give yourself the time to let your higher self put the pieces together, and then you'll be going about your day, and then an answer occur to you with the reason.
Okay.
Right? So your power is the palm chakras. That's why they have you hold hands in church.
Okay.
Because the palm chakras, but you're not holding hands properly in the church in order to get the maximum effect of the chakra alignment. Because the fingers are supposed to be interlocked like this and not the hands closed together like this. And the reason you interlock in the fingers is you have meridians at each fingertip. And then on the back of the hand, there's meridians that correspond to that. And then you got a chakra in your palm.
Yeah.
Right? So, like if you put your two hands together and lock them together, like that. When you hold hands with the sisters, hands up like that.
Okay.
Just like that. That's the proper technique. Now, you see where your fingertips is touching the back of your hand?
Yes.
Those are meridian to meridian connections.
Nice.
Okay, now, in the palm of your hands is a chakra, which is an open channel.
Okay. And
so
I can
when
feel it.
Right. So when you got, and then you put your palms together in that position, and now y'all can move energy. If only one of y'all have to know how to move the energy.
That would be me.
Right. And whatever y'all put on y'all intentions, whatever it do, don't let it be nothing malicious.
Because I'll get it back threefold, right?
That shit coming so hard and fast. Just wish for some good shit for somebody.
Okay.
Right. Now, intensify that by 10 by putting your feet on the grass in the soil.
I can make the sun come out, Rod. I've been practicing my butt off ever since.
Yeah, all you got to do is fucking smile. You light the whole goddamn place up. You don't need no sun.
Make the sun come out. Like, and another thing, because of all the electrical storms, I've been trying to tell a lot of people, because somebody somewhere is like, oh, alkali water, drink a lot of alkali water. You don't need to be a battery right now. It's all spring water right now until the electrical storms stop. Because if you notice, if you are like vibrating high, it's burning you out. You're tired. You feel like you've ran a mile. It's the alkali water. Stop drinking it. Pause for a second. Spring water.
Or distilled.
Yeah, distilled.
But,
I can't find distilled water. Which one is better?
It's not. It don't work like that. You got different types of water. You got more different types of water than they want to tell you, and they all do something different.
Okay, now I was watching something where they were like, "Oh, water and oils don't mix, but it's a certain water that's like
pH 11.
pH 11. Why I ain't had no pen and paper sitting here with you, and I know better, and I left it. pH 11, and then
I'm saving the lives. You can always come back to it.
And then there's another. How come I can't find anything on the gold that our bodies think is called penoline?
Because they don't want you to know it, because most of it is in cerebral spinal fluid. But they don't call it that when they talk about it. They call it colloidal gold or diatomic gold.
Colloidal gold, diatomic gold. Okay. Next, I know I got like a million questions because I'm always trying to request you to get on live. And I'm like, yeah, you don't never. And I got like a million questions for him. All right. Now, Age of Aquarius. Everybody keeps trying to say that it didn't start yet.
It started in 2012 on the Mayan calendar. The Mayan calendar never was changed from the closing of the age. So when you read Edgar Cayce, he tell you that around the year between the years 2012 to 2019, a great teacher was going to come on the scene and begin to teach the world. Also, you can find the same prophecy of Nostradamus, right? So they know that the closing of the age is coming.
Okay.
Then you had the lady Blind Baba from whatever the fuck her name is from Russia, who gave the same prophecy. The eyes of three oracles having the same prophecy over a 2,000-year period is so far to impossible, and all three of them converge in and under a 200-year period or 500-year period.
That's
right?
wild.
Right. So now a lot of the skeptics, just Bible thumpers, say that the only reason they all can agree on that prophecy is because it's biblical prophecy and revelations, right?
Question.
But yeah,
When you're done, another question. Now, King James's first book was a book on demons. I heard like they had.
it was called the Book of Demonology.
Yes. Now, he was called.
Demons are not what they told you they was. You was lied to about what a demon is.
He went back and sold out like the true like Moorish people for a seat at the throne, and that's how he got the name King James, right? Didn't he sell like all of like the secrets and flip it upside down to put it in the Bible?
No, it was already there. Constantine in 325 AD had a group of priests assemble the Bible. All King James did was commission the scholars of the day to render it from Latin because it had became a Septuagint Vulgate Bible. And they translated it from the Latin to the English, right? And then over the years, they translate directly from the Greek in the New Testament to English and from the Hebrew in the Old Testament in Egypt. In the Old Testament as they begin to revise it. So as they revised it, they didn't refer back to the Latin. They referred back to the Hebrew and the Greek.
Okay. So was the Latin one was more true to self?
No, the Latin one was the one that King James had translated. It was originally in Hebrew and Greek text because the Nicene Council was so-called Hebrews and Greeks. Okay. But they was melanated like me and you.
All skin folk and kin folks. Okay, got that. Now, next question. Manly P. Hall. His book on the secret teachings of all times.
Secret teachings of all ages.
Of all, yes. It's that book. I find that book is like a really good reference point to other books. I felt like he kept it like totally 100 in the book. Is there another book that would be comparable to that book?
Madame Blavatsky's work, the Theosophy, Isis Unveiled is one, and the Secret Doctrine is the other. And then you also got Rudolf Steiner's Anthroposophy that goes into a lot, give you a lot of reference works with it. Madame Blavatsky got reference volumes that separate from the book. That's a whole book.
Okay, so I'm gonna get that. That should be my first one as a matriarch to get that book. So I can start.
No, you should study. You should be looking at tribal structures, right? And you should be looking at So the modern corporate structure, a corporation, all of the board members is the structure to set up the tribe.
Okay.
You assess the skill set of the people involved, and then you know what to make them a minister of.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm like, what craft do you have? What do you bring to the foreground? Now,
a lot of people don't know.
My 3 questions. Now, in your Emerald tablets, I kind of broke it down to there's one part like you have to ask people 3 questions. It's like being a gatekeeper. Who are you? What do you want, and where are you going? And depending on how they answer those questions will determine like their place in the tribe or if they should even be. Like, is there a better way?
Those are questions. Those are questions. You know what you just talked about, demonology?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you an explanation about something. Let me get a drink.
Okay. Me too.
Okay. Let's say that your father was reading the book on demonology and applied the information to become successful. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It worked because all the demon is is a thought form, an egregore, that was created a long time ago by priests to teach us how to access higher consciousness. And each one of the demons, you have to put them back on the shelf when you're done with them. If you don't, they come out in the next generation that's not using them, they get angry. You're not using it. And this is why you have to clean up the family tree. You have to be able to ask those 3 questions to the demon in order to put them in check.
But it's happening with people because I asked those 3 questions to people.
The same thing, because
what you mean
the energy, right. So the same energy that goes into creating a personality by opening up demons of the mind, which is opening up apps basically for the human psyche, that was written a long time ago by people that understood the mind on a level that very few of us do it in this era.
Okay.
Right. So those are what you call watcher questions. Right. Women can diffuse a lot of hostile situations with those 3 questions.
They changed my life.
Yeah, you because even in the middle of guy might be coming to rape you, and when you ask him them 3 questions, he gets so fucking confused because you called him on his bullshit before it happened. So his psyche is telling him this is the wrong one to fuck with.
Very true. So, in my library that I'm building for the for my yard, Rudolf Steiner's book, I need Madame Blavatsky's book, Ice and Veil, and I need books on tribal structure. And I need to.
Now, I'm gonna tell you a book that's gonna fast track the setup of a tribe, but it's the book that's a manual for setting up a coven.
Okay.
Now, the name of the book is called A Magic Circle, and the name of the author is Yaj Nomalos.
Okay. Spell that.
Nomalos and Solomon spelled backwards. That's how you're gonna know you got the right book.
Got it.
Now, remember this for all sisterhoods. The witches' books for setting up ceremonies. That's y'all shit. That's why they was murdering witches and setting them on fire, because these were the wise matriarchs that actually was able to use the powers of nature to keep them off the land. So whenever they found that they was teaching, that's when they struck the women. And they always used the woman to infiltrate them. And that's why they were doing rituals in secret.
I'm a generational scribe. Generational scribe. My family, Wausau tribe, the mound builders. So a lot of my aunts, and a lot of my family. I'm in Jersey, and we go to Salem a lot and everything. And when I was in Salem, like something wild happened to me.
I was talking to the sister last night on the live, and she was in New Jersey, and we was talking. I was telling her that's the side of Shakur land over there. Anybody that get out of line when she send them goons at her, don't call me, because I'm not sending no help.
I know.
Because she only gonna fuck the ones up that's fucking with the babies. That's her number one thing, because we can't come back to this shit. So the only way to not come back to it is to clean it up now. Our children shouldn't have to fight this fight. This shit should be well cleaned up. My son, 8 years old, by the time he 18, he should be worried about how to spend all this goddamn money we done made.
Very true. No,
that should be the biggest worry he have in his life.
Next question. The FBI just hired all of those black men.
Listen.
By the hundreds and thousands. What's going on?
So they are trying to matriculate them through different forms of the old government to FEMA. FEMA is short for female. The female is going to be the ones that's running FEMA. And they got a group of matriarch sisters from all communities across the land with experience in varying different fields, where this one might be in charge of animal rescue, right? This one might be in charge of disaster relief. This one might be in charge of reorganizing to feed the children.
Okay.
Right. You might have a sister that's a veteran. She's going to be part of the team that's working with the Wounded Warrior Project.
Okay.
because they was doing so effectively well with the recovering soldiers that was coming home. They was doing better than the VA. All of the veteran affairs is going to be shifted over to that organization, and they're going to be heavily funded,
Okay.
right? Because they understand, because it's ran by veterans that understand the struggle of the veterans. They understand. This is eventually going to phase out because we ain't going to be doing this war shit.
Thanks.
Right. But for right now, we have warriors that suffer and fought in these wars. And now we're going to be using them boots on the ground to help in the community to reorganize as we redistribute the wealth.
Okay.
So they bring these new recruits into all of these government agencies. All of these agencies are now defunct, been defunct for 3 years. Right. But they still using the template for a training tool to maximize the use of the experience of the aged ones who are leaving.
Okay.
Right. So you take what you need from the old system so you can transition into the new system, and you learn from the best people in the field with the best intentions to do the best job to give the people that American dream they lied to us about before they dropped this goddamn Plymouth Rock shit on our ass.
Now, another question: is Trump with us or against us? Because he stole all the federal sealed documents and not giving them back.
Look, he ain't stole nothing. First of all, who loaded up his truck with the documents? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
The same motherfuckers who told the Department of Justice that the documents was missing. They was also in communication with Trump the whole time. And he was like, yeah, sure, come on, get whatever you need. But they weren't looking for that. That was a smoke screen, right? Because now they agitating him to the point where all of the fraud shit that they trying to keep undercover, he gonna drop the bomb and expose all that shit.
He's so petty. I can see him doing that shit too. Like, oh, get you on, like, oh, everything with a seal on it. Put it in the car. Come on.
He been telling us, look, in his speeches, ever since January, he been saying the same goddamn thing.
They captured the flag. He had the Buffalo Soldier horns on. He freaking howled through the hall.
I did a whole I did a report on it as soon as it happened.
Where is
it? On my Facebook page.
I'm like, would you look at this? I'm like,
I did a video on my Rod Hayes page about a couple of weeks before they took it down. That I was explaining to people occupying Pelosi's desk. And I showed him where he put in the public domain that he was sent by us.
Mm-hmm. Black Pawn.
Right? And he told them that he was part of the QAnons. And he told them that he was in special forces in the United States Marines on special assignment. And then he went in there and kicked his feet up and planted the Old Glory, the flag of the land, behind the Admiralty flag to recover the jurisdiction.
Yes.
So that shift us from Admiralty and maritime jurisdiction and put us back under the law of the land, which is the tribal laws that we had that predate the Constitution. Mm-hmm. But the Constitution has always been in effect ever since we've been here, because part of the chief becoming a chief, he used to have to remember each part of it, and not until it was totally memorized could he attain the office to be a lawgiver in the community, because the Constitution had to be known by heart, because it got to be in your heart.
Okay, with that, what's the significance of Trump pleading the fifth 44 times?
That was a message directly to Malik Angel Bay that he see you and he coming to get you.
I figured that. Nice.
The fifth is the 5-point star, Peace Stone Nation. 44 is Chief Malik Angel Bay angel number.
Nice. I figured that. Now,
so he was letting him know that when I say free Larry Hoover, I mean free motherfucking Chief Malik Angel Bay. Period. I don't just mean because my chief, he ain't the only one of the chiefs. And Mama said ain't no big eyes and no little U's. Big Mama said don't leave no stone unturned. So everywhere I see a chief in crisis, I'm gonna fucking say something.
Okay.
And when I say something about one, it applies to all of them, whether they the male chiefs or the female chiefs. And we got more female chiefs than we got male chiefs.
Very true.
That's how we end up having a matriarchal society. I got 26 seconds.
Brittany Garner. What's the significance of her and why are they holding her? Who are they trying to exchange her for? They won't tell us what to exchange for. Like, who are they trying to exchange her for and why? They tricked her into going over there. I think that was a whole setup. And anyway, really? You're going to hold her and she's playing for
Hey, Robert. Hold on, let me let I gotta switch to this laptop. We live.
Got you. I'm in here, Elder.
Oh yeah, we live right now. Hey, I'm gonna pull that folder up, man. Hey, if you're in the building, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. About to get it cracking with the legendary brother Rod Hayes, man, in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, hold on, let me get this chat pulled up and we taking off, man. Non-stop action.
I'm trying to find it on YouTube on my other device.
Yeah, just you probably have to reload it because not reload the but just reload YouTube because it just popped up just now, probably.
Yep. I just want to be able to see the live chat.
Better get it cracking, bro. I got the live chat pulled up. Let me share this. Oh yeah, I got the thumbnail already put up on there. So hey, if you're in the building, we give them time to come in because I just made the announcement just like 30 minutes ago. So they loading in here now. It's going up now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give them a couple minutes. So just hit the shit, get right, set up. We're gonna get in.
So for the ones that's coming in earlier today, we're going to be going over some of the history and show y'all how they be hiding shit in plain sight when they be telling the story. Right. So a lot of people, Elder, than heard me say a lot of times that we left the land to go fight the Gullah Wars or the Seminole Wars, depending on who's telling the story, the victor or the defeated, or us versus them. The person telling the story determine what the name of the wars is called. So when the Spaniards is telling it, or those sympathetic to the Spanish cause, conquistadors, they call it the Seminole Wars. But the key reason they call it the Seminole Wars is what we need to be trying to figure out. Because we need to find out what the word Seminole means. Right? And the root word is semi.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Go ahead.
Semi mean part or half or almost.
Okay.
It's a portion of something. The Spaniards claim they called us Seminoles because we were an admixture of tribes. We weren't an original tribe. We was tribes conglomerate of tribes. Now they was telling the world in the Seminole Wars, the black Seminoles was runaway slaves that ran away to Florida. Now, before we go any further with that concept, Anybody ever heard in anybody's history book that the slaves fled south to escape slavery?
I heard it.
Where they go?
I mean, that's not south. They said north. I mean, they said they escaped north.
Yeah, to escape slavery, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Florida north or south?
South.
So all of a sudden now they escaping to the south. And this is where the hotbed of activity is, primarily in the southeastern portion of the country. Right? So do we got a map in that collection?
Let's see. Right here, I think. It's a map. Is that one of the maps you had?
Showing where the Seminoles were. If not, it's going to be explained in the other posts anyway.
Okay.
You see that red line?
Okay, you want to build that back up? All right. Hold up. Yeah, I see it.
Scroll down under the key.
The Seminoles.
Scroll down on the picture so we can see the map.
You see it right there?
It's going to tell you what each color line means.
Yeah, the red represents Seminole. The purple represents Chickasaw. Yellow represents Creek. Blue represents Cherokee.
I want the people that's watching to see it too. Now remember, they say that they brought us on ships. How the fuck is they getting across the Gulf of Mexico into New Orleans?
Yeah, right. That's a good right here. The yellow, the Seminole.
That's Creek Indian. Yellow, red is the Seminole. How they coming across the Gulf?
Yeah, how do they get across if they ain't got no boats?
But look where they going. You see where they are going, right? Okay, so this is the Trail of Tears. We was actually moving in the opposite direction of the arrows, and they was moving with the $5 Indians, backtracking on where we left so that they can feel our encampments, our villages, and turn them into reservations. So this is the pattern that they shown. They saying that we went west, but when we read the story about the Seminole Wars, we gonna find out which direction we was really going. And I ain't the one wrote this shit. I ain't write this shit, Elder. I'm just pointing out what I see. You dig?
Yeah, I got you. This right here, fight. This right here, something to think about.
So we letting the people get a chance to come in. We at 85 now. As soon as we break 100, we gonna take off full flight on this shit.
All right.
So the start is the pictures that's actual screenshots of an article that tells the history of the Seminole Wars or the Gullah Wars. So go to the folder. We at 90, Elder. So this might give us right on time.
Let me go back to the first picture. What you start, because they all in order. How you sent them to me.
Right. Let's go back. Let's see what the layout look like. Then I can tell you where I need to be.
Okay. All right. Let me blow it up. This might be the same. Right here, the same picture. I don't need one picture of it.
Okay, the reason why this picture is in here, you see the red circle right there?
Where?
The picture you was just on. Go back to it.
Okay, right here?
Yeah, we just gonna go through the pictures.
All right.
Because they just in here for reference points.
Yeah, right there.
The second one. Go to the second picture at the top.
Okay.
Because you already had the first one was tied. Right? Then the second one you had it up, but you took it down. No, not that. Go back over to the left 2 pictures.
I got it.
Okay, I'm looking at the other screens. I need to be looking at the same screen you on.
Okay, yeah. This is the picture you're talking about with the red circle on it, right?
Right. Now you see what it's saying there?
Yeah. It says Oxman Bay praying in front of Mongolian. I can't see that.
Okay, now blow the picture up so that they can see what's going on. Because you wouldn't know that this is not a pilgrim and the so-called Indian, except for the way that the Mongolians dressed over there was different. The leather they used was from the yak, which is a different texture from the leather we use from the bison.
Go ahead.
So you'll see that they guard, it looks more harder leather. But remember, also another reason for this picture right here is I told you that the Moors was fighting Seminoles. I mean, was fighting Mongols, and they was capturing them, using them as servants and slaves, and that's who they brought over here and passed off as $5 Indians. This just showing you a Moor doing salat in front of the Mongols that's obviously about to kill his ass.
That's fire, man. See them out.
Yep. Okay, now this picture right here is important. You see those swords on their hat? All of them was sworn by a death oath, including Kirkman Bey. But he couldn't leave Millie Ill in there because he was dirty too. Right?
Both of them was dirty.
Yep. So it was a couple of more people that left the Moorish Science Temple after the funeral of Noble Drew Ali, but they became FOI later on. But we're not going to get into that. That's going to sidetrack us. But the reason we got this picture is so you can see these motherfuckers are sworn to secrecy. That's Gerald Ford at the top right. C. Kirkman Bey top center. That's motherfucking J. Edgar Hoover top left. I think that's Eisenhower on the bottom left. And that's an actor. I forgot his name. But that's all from the ancient.
I know these are three president. Sure.
This all the ancient Arabic order, the nobles of the mystic shrine. Right? That's what that's all about. Okay, go to the next picture. This is a crest of the black nobility. That's how black them niggas is. We black, but we ain't that black. That's because their heart is that black. Straight chaos beings. But they ain't the chaos beings like we are. We chaos beings from the order of the light.
Yeah.
So they come over here with a different energy. Truman, that's the president we seen. The president we seen was Truman. Okay, now notice the colors.
Yeah.
Colors is always important. All right, let's go on to the next one. These are Mongols and Huns, or what it say at the top?
It says
that's Latin. We ain't got to try to read it. It's Latin.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Look at the bottom of it. See if it got something written in English.
No, that's the whole picture right there.
Okay, now these are the same motherfuckers they passing off as $5 Indians, mixed with pale-skinned Europeans. Okay, let's go. I wanted them to see what they look like.
The type of race. Like it says something about the type of race that what. And I know this right here is like Latin. Is what Q is what typo like.
Yeah, the Asiatic continent.
Yeah,
what types of races from the Asiatic continent.
Yep, that's what it's saying. Yep.
I didn't want to translate it. So.
Yeah.
But since you
pushed the topics off over time of just seeing different shit, I can just translate some of it because I know a little bit of Spanish.
Okay, now look at these people.
Yep.
This is a picture of your Seminole nation fighting against the enemy. This is what we looked at like. This is how we dress.
That's
right.
Keep in mind.
Now you notice we got different styles of dress, different headgear. That's because we a conglomeration of tribes right now.
That's fire.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
That's fire. How you got that right there?
Okay, that's the map we went over earlier. Right. Now, what this say?
The goal of Seminole to defeat U.S. Army. Christmas Day, 1837. The Battle of Lake
Okeechobee. That was one of the most definitive battles to curb the people being taken as prisoners of war and used as servants that they called the slave system, which we're gonna get to that in a minute because we need to find out what they really was doing with this emancipation shit. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, now let's read what this say. It says the Seminole Wars 3 related military conflicts in Florida between the United States and the Seminole, citizens of a Native American nation. Now look what it says. This is important. Which formed in the region during the early 1700s. That means that before the 1700s, what we know as Seminoles wasn't formed.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Right? Now look what it says. Hostilities commenced in 1816 and continued through 1858 with 2 periods of uneasy truce between active conflict. You see what it say now, right?
Yep.
All right. Now, this is, notice they call it the Seminole Wars. We ain't never had no truce with them motherfuckers, is what they not telling you. But let's go on to the next one.
That's right. We ain't never back down. Go ahead.
Now, notice the name at the top of that.
Yep.
See the year?
Yep. 1739, 1858.
Now, read what it said at the bottom of the picture.
The real I can't see
the real reason U.S. chattel slavery ended.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's deep.
Okay, so in the book Moors and Freemasonry, it say that the Moors was taking different people hostages, and according to their level, they would auction them back off. Keep that in mind. Remember, slaves were supposed to have been auctioned.
Yeah.
But now in the Moorish
prisoners of war.
Right. In the Moorish description, though, they saying that they were captives in war that they was auctioning off. I'm gonna put that up on our next one. I'm gonna bring that book out so I can show you what I'm talking about.
That's fire.
Okay, now let's go on in because we're about to start getting into some serious reading now. Into
we got 200 people in this joint. It's getting down. It's going live. All right.
Okay, this is just another showing you the true wars that ended chattel slavery in the U.S. And they saying it was the North versus the South. And they told us the North was the ones trying to abolish slavery, right? I've been saying the whole time we didn't believe in slavery over here. Right? Yep. So why all of a sudden, if the North is fighting to abolish slavery, why are they hostile to this group of people?
Right.
It ain't making no sense, is it?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see what the next picture is. I might have you go to the Google for a minute, but I need to see the next picture first so I know where we at in the spread. That's important. See what it say under there?
Yamasi.
Gullah Geechee Wars. The unconquered. You see it say unconquered, right?
Yeah, unconquered.
Who in the fuck is the Yamasi?
Right. Yeah, I know who they is, but like I say,
do he look like he came from motherfucking Asia?
Nah, he look like he came from West Africa with the Melodian Moors, the Mandingos, Mansa Musa and them.
Or he look more like he came from one of these tribes over here.
Or he came from the Yamasis who mixed in with the Washita, who became the Melodian Moors. They came over here and they dressed like that dude just dressed.
Okay, let's go to the next picture. Right, because before I start reading what I want to get into, this showing you a picture of actual people that's called Seminoles. We need to know what the people look like that we talking about while we talking about them, so we can have the right image in our mind while we talk about these people.
Yeah, that's right. That's good.
All right, so this is what they look like. I might be a couple more before we get to the article, but keep going.
All right.
Okay, this is the article. Now stop right here. Go to Google. Because we need to find out what this emancipation shit is. Look up emancipation etymology.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't even type it. The term emancipation derived from emancipation, post.
Spread that out so you can see the etymology of the word at the bottom of that same post.
Okay, let me blow it up.
Because you're going to find out that it means to transfer property.
Yeah, which term stems capital. Okay, let me blow it up. Agility means a free person for previous restraints of legal disability.
That's not giving you the etymology of the word, though. Go back.
Go back. Okay, I go back. All right, this might be it right here. Setting free. Set free from control. Slavery. Which one you want me to pull up? Because it's mostly talking about the free from restraints, control, or power of another.
We need to. Oh, you spelled it wrong at the top. You spelled emancipation wrong. It's with an E.
Yeah, I got it with an E right here. I got it with an E.
At the top in the search bar?
No, not to my life, not at the search bar, but I got it with
no, when you go to the search bar, put it in there right, it's gonna pull up the etymology of the word.
Yeah, see, I got it right here. I got the E on there now. It's the same thing.
Right, but it's not giving you what we're looking for. You got to write it right in the search box to get the part we're looking for.
Yeah, I got it written in the search bar.
Okay, right now let's go back to the top.
I think you might be delayed. Your stream might be delayed on what you watching because I got the.
Okay, look.
Okay.
The etymology, the term emancipation derives from emancipatio, the act of liberating a child from paternal authority, which in turn stems from emancipare, or capture from someone else's hands. It's a transfer of property in truth. Right?
Yep.
It's because that's what it's saying right there, where it's saying liberating the child from the paternal authority, which in turn stems from emancipare, capture from someone else's hands. That means the state, Abraham Lincoln representing the corporation, took the slaves took the POWs from the agents that was holding them in a private capacity and made them become a manumission servant. Put the term manumission in there. M-A-N. Put the search bar out.
What? Say it, spell it again.
M-A-N-U-M-I-S-S-I-O-N. This is a trustee status of a servant.
And another word for that is subjects, right? Subjects.
No. Just pull it up. Let's see what it say. Read what it say.
It says it comes from the old French manumission, meaning freedom, emancipation, and it comes directly from Latin manumission, meaning freeing of a slave. It is derived from the word manu, meaning hand, and the same root applies to the word manually. And mirrors means let's go.
Okay, now the reason why I have you looking this word up is some legal doctrine called meritorious manumission. So take out etymology and in front of that put meritorious, and I'll spell it for you. Okay, go in front of that word. MERITORIUS. Can you read what it say? I can't see it on the unless I wait for it to come in on the other one. Okay, so the term meritorious manumission comes from the Meritorious Manumission Act of 1710 in the United States, which authorized the legal emancipation of slaves or improvement in their status in return for certain good deeds. Such deeds could include saving a so-called white person's life, or saving a white person's property. Right? So this is when they start giving the name freedmen out to the ones who had meritorious manumission. Now, it's the same thing as having trustee status on the plantation.
Can you hear me? Oh,
I
shit.
can now.
Oh, damn, I was reading it, then I thought y'all was hearing me. Then you started.
You must have been on mute because I just started reading.
Okay, okay, all right, my bad. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, that's what they fucking with my shit or something. All right, where you want me to go now?
Okay, now that we understand that meritorious manumission is trustee status. Trustee status comes by emancipation, which is right in the document or the doctrine of meritorious manumission. If you look right there, you will see where it say emancipation, legal emancipation of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't always mean freedom, because it all can mean improvement in their status. You keep hearing everybody talking about status correction, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're talking about, right? You trying to upgrade to be a slave catcher, or trying. Why you always think they got the nigga holding the whip on the plantation?